All right. I'm recording it now. So, okay. Yeah. So basically, so we're checking for the most common words, and this is usually a very important analysis for anything NLP, because you want to see like what are the most, especially when you're doing sentiment analysis, you want to see what are the common words that are used. So I went ahead and did that. Again, this is it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, so it's not so hard to understand, like it's not very complicated to understand this code. So I just imported that. Then I wanted to see the common words in the column text, so I grouped that. So I can change this to hashtag if I want to, or yes, any other thing that has words. And then I wanted to see the top 25 commonly used words. So I did that as well. And then reds means this color is reds. I can use blues, greens, whatever color I want, but I wanted reds. So as you can see from this, ikokazi is a common word, job is a common word, vacancy is a common word, hiring, looking, apply, ikokazi, opportunities, check here, jobs, ikokazi again, ikokazi ke, and then there's ikokazi apply. So this means that so sometimes when you're doing this analysis, it usually brings articles, 2, 4, they, and then it doesn't give you insights. So usually when that happens, you create a function called stop words. So you remove stop words. So to, the, a in those words, I don't know, in English, I don't know what they were called. Did you come any pronouns? I can't remember what those words were called collectively. So usually when you initiate stop words, it removes. And then now you run your common words again, and then now you'll have the main words. But in my case here, I didn't see the need to remove stop words because pretty much I got like the main words like ikokazi, job, vacancy. So it means for me this is okay. So ideally, when you're trying to advertise for a job, these are the words you want to go for, especially in a Kenyan forum: ikokazi, job, vacancy, hiring, apply, check. So those are the top 25 words. Then the next thing I did, which I think this is the last thing, like I said, today's session is going to be very short. I did something called a word cloud. And I know people like it a lot, especially when I do presentations, when I do fancy stuff. It really helps, especially when you're trying to sell a concept and you want to show like people what are the common words that people use, especially in NLP. So I did 2 word clouds. I did one for text and the other one for hashtags, as we'll see down here. So when I was doing word cloud, I imported something called an OS. So OS is operating system. So what this helps us do is create files, like just makes I don't have the English word for this, but inatusaidia ku create files ndio tuweze kutengeneza word cloud. So yeah, so basically when you're doing a lot of NLP, you usually see people importing OS. It's not for Mac, just operating. This means operating system. At least that's what I know from the little Python that I know of. Yeah, so you see this entire formula, you can get this from either Kaggle or Medium towards data science. So I've been asking my teacher to explain this to me, and they also can't really explain to me, but I'll try. So basically here we're just defining. So like I said, we've used text here. We're just deciding on the maximum words, the title size, the color. Our background color will be white. If I said green, this color back here will have been green. Hapa nyuma ingekuwa green. And then now here I've used stop words. So this is just an example. So for me, I didn't want to have 4 or 2 because I realized here in my common words, they appeared 4. So I didn't want those to appear in my word cloud. So that's what stop word is used for, to remove those unnecessary words. And then now I use the word cloud function. Remember from last time we imported the word cloud function, the word cloud library. Can't remember where it was, but from the libraries we actually did import. If it's not here, Yeah, I know I've imported it somewhere, but ideally you're supposed to import the word cloud and stop words from a certain library. What's the name of that library? I'm trying to remember the name of that library. Yes. I don't know if wait, what's the name of that library that we import? Actually, I think it's from stop words import. I think it's stop words. But ideally, you have to define your word cloud. So here it is defined. I'll try and get, I'm not sure why, either I'm using the wrong, yeah, because by ideally, I think I remember importing them somewhere here. But in the final mini, I'll just include them here. I'll include all my libraries in the first cell up there so that you guys can see. Yeah. So ideally, yes. So I just use word cloud. Yeah. And so the first one I did, like I said, was for text. And then this is what displayed. Most used words will have a big font. So as you can see, job and looking have really big fonts. I can see Ikokazi there, check as well, job alert, KE, template, opportunities, all of them are there. And then I went ahead and did for hashtag as well. So Ikokazi KE clearly is a famous hashtag, and then the word tag as well. And then the word hash. Indices, name, object, and detail. But ideally, those are the common words. Yeah, so basically I did those. I know there's I think the last time Eunice and Brian did their presentation, they did a funnel. I didn't do a funnel because I still don't understand. Honestly, I don't understand the direction of the model. I have to see the guys who are modeling Akina Paul so they can tell us what exactly their angle is. And it's also possible to do the, what do you call this thing? The plots. But I wanted to know what direction we're going. Maybe the guys who are modeling will tell us what direction you're going so that I can do those and we can see like where the words are concentrated more and stuff like that. But ideally, these are the two major things that are a must do, I guess, for any NLP project. Getting the common words and word cloud. And these ones, you can actually put them in a presentation. If let's say you're presenting a project, you can actually take this and put them in a presentation and like do your, especially if you're in a marketing department or you're in a marketing agency and you're trying to explain like what words to use or what hashtags to use. Yeah, so that's what I was able to do last week. Yes, but I'll try and do some of this extra stuff and send to, I think Paul is the next person who's doing the modeling, and then he'll just run us through that alongside. They will be important depending on the model we'll pick for this particular project. Yeah, so like I said, today hakukuwa na kazi mingi ya kufanya, and I know this was short notice as well, so I didn't want to keep people here for a long time. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Hey Lillian.
Hi, who am I speaking to? Sorry, I can't. Let me try and see.
It's not bad.
Hey, it's Paul.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So just a clarification.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to do bag of words. I think it's Eunice who will be covering that.
Oh yeah. That's what I was saying. I'm not sure who. Is Eunice here?
Yeah, she's on the call.
I think nimekuweka under the spot sana pole. Yeah,
but I'm here.
So what are you going to do next week? Maybe you can tell us what you're going to do next week. I know you really like the funnel, so I'll let you do the funnel. But I can do it, but I just let you do the funnel. But ideally it's the same, guys, the same thing. Funnel and common word count is pretty much the same. That one is more pictorial than the other one, yeah. But maybe you can Eunice, what are we gonna do next week?
Okay, next week we're going to look at bag of words.
Yeah, maybe you can tell people what bag of words is.
What are those?
Yeah, what's that? Is it like a sack of bags that have lots of words? What are those? And maybe which color to use?
words.
Which columns are you? Okay, let me let you finish. Are you done completely with the questions?
I'm done. In fact, the point was last week I was supposed to do this entire thing.
Yeah.
I think the questions were a lot, which is okay. So I did this week was supposed to be a week. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, because I know me and you are doing because I know Bag of Words is still part of ED in a way.
Yeah, sure. So
yeah.
ideally,
so I can stop sharing, yeah.
Oh no, don't stop. Maybe somebody has a question.
I don't know who has a question. These things are pretty. What I can do also is I can send you guys the link to Words Data Science just before Eunice goes. There's something called Stop Words, and I didn't use it. And I know the last time Eunice, you guys did the tweet analysis, you used it extensively. So depending on the data scientist, there are pros and cons of using stop words. Sometimes some stop words are very important as part of a tweet analysis or a hashtag. So the rule is usually you do the common words first, and then you see your top 20. And then, so for me, when I looked at my top 20, 24 or 25, I could actually see the common words that are used when people are applying for jobs. So I decided not to initiate the stop word. But sometimes, unaweza pata your top 24 are just we, they, she, her, and that's not informative. So that's when you initiate stop words. So there are scientists, there are NLP guys who really must put it every time. But the word of caution is, and I've seen in a lot of articles or just even different projects that I've done, it's usually not advisable to, like, it's always good to first of all do common words and then make a judgment. So I made a judgment and I decided not to do stop words, but someone else will, depending on how complicated or specific. Again, I usually say data science is a bit unstructured, and it's also a negotiation game. So it depends on what you're doing, what you're trying to relay, what your biases are. All those things come into play as well. So I guess that's it for me. Like I said, word cloud is pretty easy. I'm yet to cram these things, to be really honest. I don't think I'm ever gonna cram these things, but you can cram if you're really into these things. But it's just good to understand like what it does and what you need to do. Yeah, so I guess Eunice, you can just tell us what a bag of words is. Yeah, so again, Eunice will be helping us do EDA as well. And so this is just one of the ways of doing EDA for tweet analysis. So Eunice, maybe you can tell us what a bag of words is.
Hi Lillian, before Eunice goes,
yeah,
in regards to word cloud, just to clarify, the words that pop up, the big ones, the ones that frequently that have the highest count, then the ones that disappear into the background, they have the least count.
So usually that's the case, but sometimes it's usually not true because of stop words. So like I said, if you do it and then you maybe see you're getting a lot of twos and there's also on your, like for me, my word cloud had like the main words, job, looking, opportunities, you can see check, you can see job alert, so mine was okay. Sometimes two there, those ones really appear. So if that's the case, you just apply the stop word functions. But yes, you're right. The bigger the word, it means it's commonly or mostly used. Ideally, that's a rule. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. That's yes. I guess that's it from me. Maybe Eunice, you can tell us what a bag of word is. Sorry, I keep on cutting you short. Go ahead.
It's okay. We are all learning. Yeah. So next week we're going to look at. Okay, Wambui, from the list that we had, I can't really tell whether we're doing next bag of words or word to vec.
So Wambui is the model. Wambui is one of the models actually. So Wambui is a model, especially when you're doing and I think ours is a recommendation system. Yeah. So we're going to use Wambui. So that's a model. So bag of word will come before Wambui.
Yeah. So I'll be doing bag of words. It's simply, we can say, it's also a model that simplifies the representation of text, because you see we have so many texts in this data that we're using. So probably if we look at which the text, the one that you've highlighted actually.
Yeah.
It's the tweet itself, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if we look at that, first we're going to remove the stop words. Okay, we're trying to fit these words in a way that we can get information from the words. For instance, if we would want to create a bag of words for the first text, we're going to combine different, after removing the stop words, of course, because they don't give any meaning to a sentence.
Yeah.
We're going to group words in different ways. Like we can do looking and job, looking and opportunities, looking, job, opportunities, in different ways to just get meaning out of the words.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what bag of words does that people don't like about it is that it ignores the semantic meaning of a text.
Yeah, like it removes the emotions.
Yeah, and the flow of the sentence.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Yeah, so that's why after doing bag of words, getting to know how we can group our words in that sentence, in each particular sentence, then we can move on with the Wambui.
Yeah.
Yeah, which gives a more importance to the semantic meaning of the text. I think this will be better. I don't know how to. I'm not wordy in terms of explanations, so I think it will be better when people are actually seeing what.
I think that's a good explanation, because it's good to know what a bag of word is. Yeah. So I think we'll try and do different models, and then we'll end up picking the model that works best, or the model that is most accurate. So I guess that's a good thing about doing different type of models. So you end up picking the one that makes sense to. So in some instances, like Eunice, you're saying, bag of word will be really useful, but in some instances, I'm not sure whether you're doing sentiments here, so it's okay. If we're doing those positive, negative, people sad, happy, I know that's where bag of words usually has a lot of controversy. Yeah, so people usually go forward to work a lot on those ones. But again, like we said, we'll do different models. So the thing about NLP, that's what I said, EDA for NLP is usually very small, because some EDAs are actually the models. Like, it's not like a normal regression where you can do plots, you can get insights like 50% of the population, all those crazy things. Like it's not really statistics per se. Yeah, so I guess that's why maybe it looks short. Yeah, so I guess, yeah.
Okay. I would like to add on the modeling part.
Yeah, go ahead.
So according to the content plan that I have, so Eunice, I think you're supposed to do bag of words, which will be next week.
Yeah.
Then so I think we'll first start with bag of words, then TFID, and then after TFID we go to Wambui. Then after Wambui we can now do the CNN, the convolutional neural networks. So I think that's the plan.
That's the last one. So maybe Paul, you can tell us what's the difference between using, and NLP is part, first of all, maybe you can help us answer this question. Is NLP part of deep learning, or is it machine learning? Like at what point do you classify NLP as deep learning?
Okay, personally, I think NLP, you can say, okay, I will classify it in deep learning because when you are building a model, you can use CNN, and CNN is basically I wouldn't say deep learning, but yeah, I think I could classify it, because when you're using either RNN and CNN,
Sorry. Can you guys hear Paul Lama? He dropped out. Can you guys hear me?
Part of the, okay. I think it has a, personally would say, part. Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you. Go on. You're saying?
Yes. So personally, I think I will classify.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know what has happened to Paul.
RNN, but CNN is, I think CNN has a better result.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess the only call for me is it's good to know the difference. Some interviewers will ask you that, by the way. They'll ask you, is NLP an ML part of ML, or is it deep learning or neural networks? And it's sometimes really good to know your definitions. They come in handy. Yes, I'd say that. I'd say yeah, so I'd actually say it's good to understand that. So yeah, so basically NLP is part of neural networks because of even the way the data lands or the way the models are trained. Yeah, they actually behave like a human brain. So I'd say that's the easiest way to look at it. Yeah. Okay. So oh yeah, someone asked, I think there's a question someone asked the other day just before we close, and I thought it was important to just maybe address it. Someone asking, why are people going NLP and not? There's a lot of works going on in the neural networks. There's computer vision, recommendation systems are part of that as well. But why are people going NLP? And I think a good way to answer is that one, NLP is pretty straightforward. And text, first of all, text does not have a lot of weight. Pictures can be a bit heavy and cumbersome, so you might require like extra processing power and stuff. And and secondly, that's especially in Africa, that's where we are currently, where we're trying to use machine learning in customer analysis. It's more like of a market shift or something. So that's why you'll find a lot of ads nowadays saying if you can do NLP, it's a better thing to do and stuff like that. So yeah, so maybe that's a better way of answering. And then an NLP can be applied in many. You can use it to do so many things within an organization. You can use it in your employee information. You can use it in the feed. If you guys do like, let's say, weekly feedback in your company or in school, you can use it to help you analyze stuff like that. Yeah, so it's commonly used and you don't require a lot of computing power. So I think that's why NLP is a bit more popular right now. But with COVID, I think we are moving into an age of image classification, especially with the fact that most kids or most governments in Africa are thinking of taking our education digitally. So we will have kids playing games like you give them a picture on an iPad and then they select the right one. So that's part of image classification as well. So yeah, so maybe that's the hard answer if someone asks me why NLP is more common right now than maybe other neural networks fields. Yeah, and I think that's it from me. Yeah, today I want to end this session a bit early because next week is going to be a lot. Models are a lot. So I want you guys to prepare and get excited. Yeah, and come and see what Bag of Words can do and what Tuve can do. Yeah, and you will see how exciting and amazing those things are. Yeah, so unless there's any question, I think we'll end this year. So I'm gonna make my notebook a bit. I'm just gonna change a few things and then we'll share it tomorrow, I think, with a larger group for your review. Yeah. I think that's it for me. So I'll just stop sharing my screen.
Question, Lillian.
Yeah.
Is it also possible for, aside from the notebook,
yeah,
the CSV also, the CSV file?
Yeah, but all these things are, so even the notebook, it's going to be on the GitHub link. I don't know if you have the link to the, because that's where all the data is.
No, maybe I can get in touch with you that you send it to me. I don't have it.
Okay, sawa. Yeah, it's fine. I can send you the link because that's where all the, yeah, all right, just chat me and then we'll see how we can help you.
Okay.
Yeah, any other question? Yeah, today's session won't be long. So yeah, I'll try and also send you guys like articles on NLP and like what different things do. Yeah, like the way, so mostly like I said, we mostly use NLP for sentiment analysis, especially in social media, but it can be used in text classification as well. I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure about the direction of this, but I'm suspecting our model is going to be more of text classification than sentiment analysis. Then you can use it for grammar correction. I know for spell check, Grammarly is actually founded on this basis, and then you can also use it on speech recognition. Yes, those are the basic applications. Are they hard to build? No, they're not. This requires a bit of more effort and yeah, forums like this, but they're not hard to build. You can actually build by yourself. Yeah.
Sorry, another question. Sorry, I came in a bit late. I'm
no
sorry.
problem. Go on.
Was this session recorded?
Yes, it was, but it was also very short. So don't worry. There's nothing. There wasn't anything much. Ideally, this session was supposed to have been finished last week, but we were pressed on time, so we decided to do it this week. So that's gonna be shared. But next week's session is a must. We will begin modeling next week, so that's where most of the work will be. But today is just EDA. EDA is pretty straightforward. Yeah, and the notebook will be shared.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so if there are no other questions, I can release you guys so that you can watch the news. Are there any AOBs? Ayub is not in today. He didn't give me an agenda, so I don't know if he wanted us to discuss anything. Eunice, did Ayub want us to discuss anything apart from? I'm not sure. But he says he's going to be on leave next week, eh? Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, the only thing maybe he would want to maybe push across is that when he's going on leave, he will be free and he will be available to anybody. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what he signed up for. Yeah, so nothing much today, but next week is gonna be a bit hectic. So come prepared. Also on our end, we'll make sure we send the links early enough so that we don't ambush people. And yes, before next week, you'll already have this notebook, so you can already go through it as well. I think Kevin shared his the one for extraction. I'll just ask Ayub whether it's on the GitHub link so that you can just share the GitHub link instead of many links. Yeah. All right. So yeah, so you're free to leave. Today I don't want to keep you guys. You're free to leave. Sijui mbona hamtaki kutoka. You're free to leave.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye guys.
Thank you, Lillian.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lillian. It's just because we were hoping something else would happen.
Yeah, this was actually supposed to happen last week. So
no, like,
yeah.
I mean, with you guys talking, it sounds like you are kicking us out.
No, I'm just saying Leo, next week mtakuwa hapa hadi 9. So sijui mbona mtoki. Sijui mbona take this opportunity kutoka mapema.
All right, great job.
Yeah, all right.
Tume left.
Sawa.